You niggas, you don't have to man self Yahweh Shai. And that's why Yahweh said it, man. He said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways. And the only way you're not going to be in the same thought, in the same ways of Yahweh Shai, is if he not dealing with your ass, man. Because he said in the scriptures, Amos 3:7, that he revealed the secrets unto the prophets, man. So our ways can be as his ways. So our mindsets can be as his mindset is, to a certain extent. Nope.
The Lord seeth not as man seeth, for a man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Which the heart goes back into your mind, man. It means be your inner man. Your inner man, your inner thoughts, what you really think about, what you really about, man. You know? The Lord look upon that. And King David brothers is probably carnal, man. You know? And King David being just a lad, man, it's better to have a young man because he's fresh. He hasn't been corrupted yet with ideas, philosophies, you know?
But too, like when you go back into the story, hey, the Lord, King David at that time, even as a lad, was already in praise. He was praising the Heavenly Father already, man.
Yeah.
And he was worshiping the Heavenly Father already in spirit and song, man.
He was more courageous, man.
You know what I'm saying? He was more connected to the Heavenly Father than his brothers was, man.
Hey, like when they was finna fight against Goliath, man. And everybody else was scared to stand out there and fight him one-on-one. And he was like, who is this heathen? It was this dog that defies the army of Yahweh.
Yeah, man.
Who was this nigga?
Because he didn't care whether he lived or died, man. He knew he was going to stand up for the Lord.
He didn't care how fucking big Goliath was, man.
I'm trying to word it.
And his older brother was talking shit to him like, why is you here?
Why is you here?
Why the brother send you? Right.
He said, where are the sheep? Go tend to them. You know?
Yeah, man. And that's why the scripture says what? Despise not a brother in his youth.
That's right. That's right. God.
Because that was a prime example of that, man. Because, hey, the spirit may be on a man who you may think is the least or the smallest in your camp, man. You know? But that's why also the scripture says, right, and that's why also the scriptures may say, what's it called? It say, honor all men. You know? When you honoring all men, you respecting all men, man. You know? You're giving them that respect, because you never know who you may be talking to, man.
Then you was 7 and 9, 7 and 8. You said 7 and 9?
79, confusion face.
You said, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels were burning fire. He's talking about he said the Ancient of Days, man. Who are the Ancient of Days? It's the Most High. You know, the Ancient of Days, you know.
His wheels like what?
And his wheels like burning fire.
It's talking about those chariots.
Saucers, that's right, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what that's talking about.
Yep. How come now chariots come in many shapes and sizes, but how come most chariots they describe as being a saucer, man? Because it's in the shape of a wheel. You ever heard of Ezekiel's wheel? You know? It says, verse 10. It's the point is at 10, right? Hey, fuck.
Wait, so is it 97? I think maybe 97.
Yeah, 79 had a lower look, yeah. Because you know when you see the sun, you see the father.
Oh, Sloppy, you know what? You're right. I think it's
9, 7.
Yeah, Sloppy.
Yeah, it's 9-7. Go to 9.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces. As at this day, to the men of Judah, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near, that are far off, through all the countries, whether thou hast driven them.
Right, God, because you know all the countries is like all the nations, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got all these different nations out here, you know, in the world, man, but you're going to have Israelites out of all of them.
Yep.
And they're going to look like all these different nations, you know? That's why you can't, you know what I'm saying, just say that Israel is just all black, you know, or Israel, you know, look like this or look like that. You just can't, you know, limit it to that, man.
I got you.
And you know, and everything is in the scriptures, man, for our learning, man. That's why as the book of Ezra is there, that's why the book of Nehemiah is there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it breaks that down, man. There's Israelites, you know what I'm saying, that look like other nations, man, whether you like it or not.
That's why who got mad when Paul brought him into the church? The Pharisees and Sadducees.
Yeah.
They got mad when they brought him into the church, man, because they lacked the spirit.
That's right, man.
They was masters of the law, but they held themselves to such a pride that the Lord wasn't dealing with them, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Right,
So
right.
they was like, why are you bringing these heathens in here? Like, man, can't you see? Hey, Paul was like us. Can't you see this is a Jake? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. I mean, because even at that time, you know, you had Jakes that looked like they was Greeks.
Wearing togas, bald face,
Right.
booty face and shit.
You even had, and on the flip side of that, you know what I'm saying, what make it so cold, man, you got Jakes that look like John Shaft. Well, Salakia, let me rephrase that. You got so-called Negroes that look like so-called Negroes that might not be that, man. They might be an Edomite.
Yep.
It's on the flip side, man. You know?
What's going on, brothers?
What's up, brothers? How y'all doing, man? You know, y'all know y'all Israelites?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah? Why don't y'all come break bread with us, brothers? Because we out here for y'all.
Well, I got a 4-year-old in the house right now. I can't leave that 4-year-old too long.
No, well, I understand that, brother. You got to do what you got to do, but Lord willing, maybe some other time.
This is Esther.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
When I used to see y'all in Gary all the time, this is the first time I ever seen anybody out
We
here.
the same camp.
Y'all the same one?
Yeah.
Same brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I see y'all in Gary all the time.
Yeah.
Talking to a lot of young people.
Yeah.
I admire what you're doing.
Yeah, that's right. You that's right, brother. Hey, yeah, you brothers should come
man.
break
You always
bread with us,
come.
man.
Like I said, we out with Miller, so I see y'all here.
All
right.
I'm visiting right now, but I got you.
All right. This is Esther, chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at 8, backing up the point that this brother made, man. He says, Haman said to King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's law, therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
Hey, you know what? And that's so crazy because that's one of the ways you can discern too. You know what I'm saying? How who Israel is, because the law it was like a law unto itself. Because it's like the Lord, He had put a spiritual law in us and our spiritual DNA. You know what I'm saying? Even before we came to Mount Sinai, man, it was a moral law, man. It was like we knew not to do certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit, man. It was like, we was like, nah, I ain't doing that shit off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna eat no goddamn swine's flesh. I'm not finna eat this kind of fish. You know, I'm not finna mess with this man's woman. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? The Heavenly Father distilled into us moral law. You know what I'm saying? We knew certain things, man.
Like to cook our food already.
Yep. That's right, man.
We knew to have our food fully prepared, man.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
Because that's an Esau trait, and we wasn't no hunters like that. We like to sit in the crib and chill.
Right.
Even down to this day, man. Jake like to sit in the crib, chill, play his video game, talk to some hoes, smoke some loud.
I was gonna say this, like you know, like that's another way how you can tell a Jake could be. It may be this confusion face might be a Jake because he might not do things that other nations might do.
Other Edomites. Yeah, right.
Other nations, they be doing all types of wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? But he might not be with it. Like, nah, man, that shit ain't right. I'm not doing that. No, that's not right. You know, I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna steal. I'm not gonna kill. You know, it's a possibility, man, that he might be an Israelite, man. And then you might see a Jake, what you think might be a Jake, a so-called Negro or Latino, but he might not be part of our nation. He might just be a confusion of face on the flip side. He might be a heathen.
Yep, a tear, man.
You might be a right con.
I
Tear,
got
man.
an example for you.
Yeah.
If you watch an interview with Mr. T,
Yeah.
Mr. T was a straight Jake because we know Mr. T to be an Israelite because Mr. T, not only his salt and his flair, all right, he had all gold on, he had a fucking mohawk and shit, but he had flair, but his moral standard, man. He said, I don't act in movies that exploit our people. I don't act in movies describing our people to be pimps, drug dealers, you know, because so many of our people fall into that trap. I'm promoting and so many young people watch me that I might influence another young person to actually go out and do that, man.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a moral standard. Now, a lot of our people have lost that moral standard because of Esau, but some of us have kept that moral standard, man. He said, I don't participate in roles. I say no to roles. They come to me with offers, but I say no to those roles. That means he turning down money. You got certain Jakes, I don't care, as long as I'm getting paid, I don't give a fuck what I do.
Right, that's a good, and that's a good indication.
Yep.
Well, you knew Mr. T, yeah, you can tell he a Judite from the tribe of Judah.
I got a scripture.
But go ahead, bro.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 13. Because we was talking about
My bad, he might be a Gadite.
He might be. Yeah, because he a peaceful man too.
Yeah, he might be Gad. Yeah.
So this is Romans chapter 11, verse 13. Because this is what the office of Paul was, man.
Yep.
This is why Paul was ordained by the Heavenly Father while Yahweh was shot to get the scattered amongst the sheep, man. All right, that the ones that knew who they were didn't want to deal with.
Yep.
All right. He says, "For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office." See, so his office was of the office of the Gentiles. What's going on, brother?
What's up, brother?
Thank you, Black Jesus.
Oh man, you know, he is black, well, so-called black.
He black, brother. Hey, you know what, bro?
I know.
You should come back and get more knowledge.
For sure.
Yep, break
You
some
should
bread, bro.
come break bread with us.
For sure.
All right.
So his office was to go to the dispersed, man. Was to go, which is called the disperser. All right.
Yeah.
In the Greek, they was the disperser, which means they were scattered, man. Because the Lord, when He put us into captivity, He scattered us abroad. He scattered us amongst all nations. All right, and it's been like that for over a long period of time, a couple of centuries, a whole lot of centuries, man.
I'm about to say more than that because it goes back to the times of old, the days of old, from all the different times we was going into all different types of captivities.
This was the first captivity.
Hey, since the first captivity, because all Israel did not return back to the land of Israel when we went back to the land of Israel.
No, some stayed in Syria, man.
Some of them stayed in those different, countries, man.
If anybody want to get Joel chapter 3 and 2.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So, Deuteronomy 28, verse 64, the Lord shall, I'm going to start up a verse. Deuteronomy 28 and 63, and it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good, to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you, to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. So the Lord said, hey man, we're going to be plucked off the land where we go. So where we going to go if we plucked off our land? We're going to be scattered throughout the entire earth. When you go to Genesis, it says, he told Abraham to look at the stars in heaven. If a man can number the stars in heaven, then a man will be able to number thy seed. That's why his name is Abraham, Abba Raham, which means father of many, man. You know? It says Israel is numbered as the sand of the sea. No man can number Israel, man. No man can number Israel today at all. You know?
That's right. That's actually kind of like a beautiful thing for the 1/3 number, because it still is a huge number.
It's still a huge number.
And that's a faith booster.
And it's more than 144,000, man.
Yeah,
144,000. That's just the government body, but hey, the 1/3, we still gotta impregnate women.
Yep.
That's right. And it's gonna be some Israelite men that might not be out here preaching.
Might not.
That the Lord may have mercy.
Not
on.
all of us prophets.
That's right. All of us are prophets.
Only the prophets is 144,000. You know.
That's right.
You still got other people that serve us in sincerity and in truth, man. You know, that's just not cut off from coming out on the highways and byways.
Hey, somebody might be in a wheelchair. course, they're not gonna be on the highways and the byways.
Maybe a prophet's,
Yup.
maybe a prophet's grandfather. You know, you never know, man. Hey, because the prophet's family's gonna be
Hey, we only pray for the men of the Lord, man.
Get Matthew's. If you want, you can get Matthew chapter 13, start at 25 from the month. We're at 24.
God says, verse Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people. Who is the people? The heathen nations, man. From one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shall serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stones. You know, that's the point, because this happened before it happened. This verse was written before it happened, man. Moses wrote this in Hebrew before it happened, man.
It was a prophecy. It was a prophecy to come.
It was a prophecy to come. It hasn't been fulfilled yet.
It has.
No, it hasn't been fulfilled yet when it was written.
Oh, at that time it
At
wasn't,
the time,
but,
yeah, that's
but
right.
it has been fulfilled.
Yeah.
This is a prophecy that has been fulfilled because our people are scattered in the four corners of the earth. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Let's show you how confusion of faces even work. Like, you'll look at me and think I'm a Northern Kingdom brother. You'll think that I'm a Ephraimite. A lot of guys think I'm an Ephraimite. You know what I'm saying? Oh, son, you from the tribe of Ephraim. No, man.
Off appearance.
Just off appearance and looks. No, man, I'm a Judite. I'm from the tribe of Judah, man. My dad, his family goes back to Judah.
Bruce Lee.
Me and my grandmother broke my family history down. He told me that my great grandfathers, they bloodline go all the way back from the slave ships. Matter of fact, she met my grandfather on the plantation, man. You know, they was free, you know what I'm saying, but they stayed.
Sharecroppers.
Yeah, they became sharecroppers. You know what I'm saying? She broke down the history to me as far as my grandfather. My grandfather knew each other when they was like little ass babies, man. They grew up together. You know, and they families knew each other. And and they was still righteous back then, man, kind of sort of bit, because they family gave my grandma to my grandfather.
Because that's all you had was family.
Yep.
That's all you had was family.
That's
You
it.
had
Yeah,
your
yep.
family, then you had shit.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody want to grab Deuteronomy 32, start at the top, I'm sure.
32 and 1.
No, 30. 30
and 1.
30. I'm sure.
I get
Before
it,
you
man.
grab that Matthews, because I want you to get that Matthews.
I get the Matthews, Salaki Matthews, what? 25 and what? 13?
You want to get Deuteronomy.
Hey, don't think, man.
Matthews 13 and 24.
You said Matthews 13?
13 and 24. And
24,
brother get
con.
Deuteronomy and 30.
Okay.
I'm sure.
This is Matthews.
Wait, no.
Okay, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 31. This shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thine God hath driven thee.
Right, so the Lord had driven us amongst all the nations, man. And the only thing that we knew that was going to clearly be able to identify with us out this book was the blessings and the curses that Moses had gave us, you know what I'm saying, in that time, man. Moses was breaking that down to him, man. Because what? It says, what, in Baruch chapter 2 and 30, that Yahweh Shah said, that I knew that they was a stiff-necked people and that they would not follow me, man. He already knew this was going to happen. He knew that Yeshurun was going to wax fat and kick. He knew this already. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to leave this as a big part of them remembering who the hell they is. And whatever nation or captivity they may be in, rather that nation stop putting that. Because the Lord knew after a while that they was going to be completely hardcore on us, man. He knew they was going to allow us to learn some things, allow us to read, you know what I'm saying? Allow us to get jobs and stuff like that. You know, he knew these things was to come. So he was like, all right, I'm going to leave this up in the scriptures as a puzzle. You know, a puzzle piece, a big, huge-ass puzzle piece for them to identify who they are, man. After all these centuries of being in slavery, man.
Well, you know, and then he also left his, he left it through the word.
Yeah, come.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how Jake gonna return back, man, through the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to comfort him.
Which is the spirit.
which is the spirit, man.
Yep.
It goes all the way back to the spirit, man. That spirit identifying with our spirits, man. If they be the sons of the Most High. Yeah, the Lord, He